G'day football fans and welcome back to episode 7 of Brentford to Big Time. It is the end of technically season 2, I guess, but I mean, we've only been in charge for less than a season and a half, I guess, but look, it's been quite a journey and the roller coaster really has continued. I've got 6 or 7 games to catch you up on since you were last here, and today is the final day of the season, so we've got a big game hosting Tottenham at the Brentford Community Stadium to take you through. Before we get started though, as always, make sure to please leave us that like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, comment what you think of the video, all that sort of beautiful, gorgeous stuff, and let's get cracking. Okay, so here we are, as I said, end of season number 2, technically, end of the 23-24 season. The league table is looking like this. It is basically set in stone. We are going to finish at best, I guess technically at best we can finish 10th, but I mean, it'd take Aston Villa losing and us winning, really, so it's a fairly specific set of results have to go in our favour. The other possibility is, I mean, Southampton are only 1 point behind us, so Southampton could end up leapfrogging us, but we've got Tottenham who've clearly won the Carabao Cup, Liverpool have won the league, Watford and Burnley are going back down, and on the final day it is between Norwich and Wolves to see who will join them in the Championship next season. Wolves making a late comeback, as you see, with a couple of wins there late on in the season, but as a whole, I'm chuffed. I've got to tell you, I don't know if you guys watched 2 videos ago when it was just about looking like we might get the sack. That through to now, completely different scenario, completely different scene. I think I predicted that I'd get sacked. Now look at us, we're killing the game. We're exactly doing what the board wanted us to do, finishing about mid-table, establishing ourselves in the Premier League. And I'm happy as Larry with it. It's going sensationally. The results since you were last here have been mostly good. I mean, the last video, of course, was this 3-0 win against Norwich with an own goal for Zaidu, a goal for Tony, and a goal for Mbuemo. We then went to Fulham and lost 2-1. Thanks to Sasa Lukic just going mental. I mean, the first goal was from about 30 yards out. The second one he dribbled past about 3 people. Completely flipping the game on its head. Losing 2-1 away at Fulham, which is, I guess, fine. We then beat Everton just 4-1. Just a cheeky little 4-1 win. Thanks to a Tony penalty, Daichi Kamada and 2 for Keane Lewis Potter. Dwight McNeil grabbing one back. Then 2-1 against Newcastle. Ivan Toney getting one over his old side, of course. 1 for Callum Wilson, 1 for Evan Ndika to go along with it. We lost away at goddamn Southampton. It was Mislav, or it was just annoying. If we look at the statistics, it just annoys me to see, like, yeah, the chances are close in terms of shots. In terms of XG, we had such good quality chances and just didn't do it. Just couldn't get one over the line into the goal. It's just frustrating, isn't it? We then managed to beat Manchester City 2-0, 2 for Ivan Toney, one of them being right at the death, as Manchester City were really chasing the game and trying to get back in it, but it was just sensational. I mean, I'm sure the stats will still show it. I can't remember if it ended. I mean, if you see here, we really rocketed up in the second half. The first half we did not. No, this is us. We're the red one. We did literally nothing in the first half. Jumped up when we scored the first. Didn't do too much else. Jumped up when we scored the second. Manchester City, much the better side. We jumped up a lot late on in the chances we created. Manchester City probably feel a bit hard done by with that one. We then also managed to beat Leicester 2-0, goals for Mikkel Damsgaard and Brian Mbuemo, leading us on to today's fixture against Tottenham. Last time out against Tottenham, it was a 1-1 draw, goals for Son and Ivan Toney. As for the performances of the squad, we are beginning to see some green right at the end of the season. Would be good to have had that a little bit earlier, but of course the new signing Ben Godfrey up there that's sensational to see. In terms of the goals, Ivan Toney's up to 13 now. I think in the last video he got his 9th maybe, and has now got all the way up to 13, which is good. Do need to see some more numbers in there next season. I think that's going to have to be something we address, as well as some of the players towards the bottom. Like, if we sort it by appearances, some of the players towards the bottom here just need to go. Like, these 3, I mean, obviously Joshua Silva's already going, but then Bidstrup, Baptiste, even like Pontus Janssen might need to go. We'll see. Yeah, undecided, I guess, is probably fair, but as a whole, happy. I'm just very happy to have not been fired, not got relegated, not been embroiled in a huge relegation battle, and instead we're here fighting for mid-table, fighting for 10th. I mean, it's not that exciting, is it? But look, it's decent, and I'm happy to just establish ourselves and continue to grow and continue to, morph the squad into what we want it to look like, and, get rid of some of the bulk in here in the midfield. Like, we play with 2 midfielders, we don't need 6 of them, you know what I mean? Like, we can just get rid of them. I've also considered, obviously this is what the tactic looks like, but I've sort of considered changing it to look more like that, which is ambitious. I understand that, but good. I want to be attacking. I want us to score lots of goals. And at the end of the day, if we play this as like, say, a half back, so he just sits there, we'll still have like 4 bodies back. It's just that we'll then be quite attacking. You know what I mean? Let me know what you reckon. For today, we're still going to keep it, fairly standard, and we're not going to mess with success. Basically, we're going to keep it how we've been keeping it. This isn't lineup. I haven't chosen the lineup yet. This is just what it was for the previous match, I guess. Except I don't think Jansen was in, so I don't know what. Maybe my assistant did it. I don't know. But anyway, let's. You know what we'll do? I'll go through now and I'll change up the lineup to how I want us to line up for this last one. Hosting Tottenham. Alright, so I've set it up, a few changes, but the lineup we are going to go with, it is David Raya in goals. He came back a couple of matches ago and has been really good, so I haven't felt like dropping him really. And then back 3 of Godfrey, Ndika and Kelly. Wide backs are Roslev and Hickey. Midfield pairing of Janelt and Norgard, and Damsgaard, Kamada and Ivan Toney up front. A few players are out, like Daniel Marlon's only just back from injury. Rico Henry's on his way back. Aya is injured. I think he did a torn abdominal muscle and was out for, I think, 2 months all up. So it's been a couple of weeks without him, but we've been holding down the fort pretty well, and I expect a good performance today. Very much hoping that, players like Tony can keep up their good form, and Damsgaard, and we've got players like Mboimo. That's about it, really, on the bench. It's fairly bleak, isn't it? We do need to build up some depth attacking wise. Like, I don't really have the same sort of trust in, like the trust I have in Ivan Toney and Kamada isn't the same trust I have in, like, Keane, Lewis, Potter, and whoever our other attacker is, Daniel Marlon. So we need to work on that, especially because, Daniel Marlon was one of my signings, and I need to pick that up and be better at that, I guess. Here we go, though, on the final day of season number 2. I should say, just make sure you do leave us that like. Let me know if there's any transfers you think we should make. I do have 1 or 2 names in mind, sort of attacking names were the ones I had in mind, actually. And look, I'm not looking at the relegated sides, but I may be looking still in the league for at least one of them. Other than that, it'll be scouting and seeing who's in terrible situations and wanting to leave or transfer listed or whatever it might be. Just seeing how we get on. And I mean, I guess it'll also be important how much money we can spend, but I guess we'll find that out after this game. Here is the first highlight, just 2 minutes in. It is Godfrey on the ball, looking for Damsgaard, nudged off it, and now Whiteman clears it. Roslev gets the head on that. Norgard with a big cross towards Kamada, can't quite get there, but Hickey gets there. Ivan Toney gets his head on the ball. It's going to be tight. He might just be onside, though. Hopefully he's onside. Let's see. It was a good cross from Hickey right onto Ivan Toney's head. Does he get it? Yes! Get in! Get in! It is 1-0. Takes us only 2 minutes to get the first goal this time. 14th of the season for Ivan Toney. Hickey does well with his first touch, and then second touch just rifles it into the head of Ivan Toney. Just has to get a flick on it. Doesn't have to put any power. And it's 1-0. 1-0. We'll get a second replay because it's a tight offside apparently. Let's skip that. We're up 1-0. Gorgeous. I'm not really sure what has been behind this, second half of the season complete turnaround and resurgence. I definitely guess it would have something to do with the change in pressing. Like, we've gone to being very high pressing and getting stuck in, which has meant a lot of fouls and probably a lot of yellow cards. But to be fair, we haven't really had a lot of suspensions, so it's pretty decent. Here is the next highlight. 17 minutes in, Roslev on the right-hand side, back to Norgard. Norgard long for Tony, who lobs it over Whiteman. I'm sure he's offside this time. I'm not sure he'd get away with this twice in 10 minutes or whatever it's been. I'm not sure. Let's have a look, referee. Come on. Just do us a favour. Just give us a goal. It's fine. Or not. I mean, it's fine. It was a big ball. I mean, look, we didn't play our best football to earn that goal, did we? It was just a big long ball over the top and Tony was offside, and great finish, lobbing it over the keeper like that. It's gorgeous. All right, now 23 minutes in, we are looking fairly decent. I mean, not really having as much of the ball. I'll hit us with a praise though, because we are in the lead and we're doing okay. Just need to, I guess, calm things down and hold onto the ball a bit and, get that pass map looking a bit like the actual formation we should be playing. Would be nice, I guess. What else can I say? I guess the thoughts I was having about changing the formation, I can sort of say that I don't really want to now. I mean, other than, I guess, the potentially putting an attacking midfielder instead of the two central midfielders, putting in like a half-back and then an attacking mid. That's the only thing I'm thinking about, but, that might be a couple of seasons away. Here's another highlight, 42 minutes in. It's Damsgaard on the right-hand side with the ball, getting into the box, lobbing it far corner, doesn't quite find the net, and that is the end of that highlight, potentially the end of the first half. Very much happy with that. I mean, we seem to be on top chances-wise. Possession not great, but we'll take that if we're being effective with the possession. It doesn't bother me one bit, really. Let's show that the praise is justified. Why not? Why damn not? All right. Into the second half we go. We'll hit them with the praise early and hopefully maintain what was a great first half. I think, I was going to say something completely different, but there's a highlight here. Hickey crossing towards Roerslev. He doesn't quite get there. Godfrey wins it into Damsgaard. Godfrey just over the bar. A decent effort, and it's good to see Godfrey getting that high up the pitch. It shows that we're starting to dominate Tottenham a little bit, I think. To field position wise, and you can see that with how high up the pass map is there. I was going to say, I think definite quality and depth is a big issue. Like if Ivan Toney goes out, we go to having to depend on Mbeumo, and he's shown that he's not going to do it. He's not going to be like a 15-20 goal a season striker for us. More of like a backup winger or a backup. Not even a backup to Ivan Toney. I'd want to get someone better than Ivan Toney and have Ivan Toney be the backup, because 14 goals in this season he's got? I don't know. It's not quite what we want, is it? Another highlight here. Hickey wins the ball, heads it to Lloyd Kelly, back to Hickey, back to Kelly, who's marauding forward. Good on him. Hickey now on the left-hand side, looks forward for Kamada. Kamada surely crosses it. No, back to Hickey to cross. Damsgaard wins a header. Tony off the post. Come on, mate. Come on. Need that second goal, don't we? Oh, another highlight straight away. Godfrey winning the ball. Coming forward with it. Looking long for Kamada. In the box. Back to Jan Elt. Come on, Jan Elt. It's not your job, but do better at it. All right, we are 65 minutes in following that effort from Jan Elt. So we'll look to make some subs here. We'll bring on Mbeumo and change, Damsgaard's be playing as a winger, so we'll change this to an inside forward for Mbeumo. I have two inside forwards there, and then let's not bring him off because we don't have a sub for him, so let's avoid doing that maybe. Matthijs Jensen though can come on for Jan Elt. That's what he gets for missing shots that he shouldn't be punished for at all. It's fine. 67 minutes in. We've made 3 subs there. Pass map looking very good. We've got a mug formation. It looks like a nice bowl. A nice bowl of cereal is the name of the tactic. Another highlight here as Jensen switches it towards Williams. Now Norgard back to Jensen. Ndika has been very good in his first season. I've been very happy with that as him being the centre of that back three, or even on the left hand side of it, should Aya be playing next to him. Having said that, he probably could have put a tackle in there, as Kulusevski's now away with it, heading towards the box for Tottenham. Saved by Raya, deflected effort. I think it was Ndika, showing exactly why I was just praising him with a great block there on a Harry Kane effort. Another highlight here, 75 minutes in. Oh man, I'm getting stressed now. I just want to end the season on a high. The second half of the season really has been quite good. I just want to end the season on the right note as Harry Kane now moving forward with it out to Pedro Porro. Looks for Bentancur. Ndika's tackle doesn't quite get it. And Bentancur scores. We have Bent incurred a goal. Ndika's... didn't know how to... I thought of the pun before I thought how to, like, connect the dots sort of thing. Ndika puts a tackle in, doesn't quite win the ball, and Bentancur luckily gets through and slides that one past Raya. 77 minutes in now, we will make a couple of subs. Norgard can come off for Onyeka, and let's bring on Lewis Potter, I guess, at left wing. I really Malfoyed that Potter there. Apparently we're in a highlight. I don't know why, but it's Romero heading the ball back to his keeper, but that's fine. Whiteman goes long with it towards Thuram, who's at Tottenham apparently. Oh, the tackle puts Kulusevski through. Can he find someone with the cross? He looks for Thuram. Well headed away by Nico Williams, retreating there, helping out defensively. You love to see it. Would definitely love to see us score another goal, because I mean, looking at the chances, looking at the shots and the quality of chances, we're just about on top of him, and we've just about been the better side. We just need to, put another one past them, hit them with an courage as we go into another highlight. And Ndika on the ball, looks for Lloyd Kelly. Long ball over the top for Lewis Potter, sort of. He does manage to keep it in. Doesn't manage to find anyone. Onyeka, though, intercepts. Mbuemo scores. Great goal. His 10th of the season. That's what I mean. He should be just like an inverted winger. Let's not depend on him as a striker. Let's get another striker that isn't Daniel Marlin, who can come in and score us. Let's get Matthijs Tell. If you watch my Sevilla season, let's get Matthijs Tell. Good goal here as Bentancur tries to clear it. Onyeka with a great interception, and Mbuemo just comes in onto his better left foot and powers that one near bottom corner. Gorgeous stuff, and we are up 2-1 on the last day of the season against Tottenham. So we drew against Tottenham in the first fixture away at, I was going to say White Hart Lane. What's the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? And now we're beating them, so that's pretty decent. I'll take that. And it looks like we might just about get through with the 3 points and finish on just the highest of highs this last 2.5 months maybe, and there it is, confirmed, our 3 points on the final day of the season. It almost feels like I want this season to keep going so we can keep shooting up the table. So that wraps up season number 2 at Brentford. I'm just ecstatic to have had that second half of the season where we really shot up the table. We only ended up 4 or 5 points worse off than last season, so all things considered, it's been pretty decent, I guess, and establishing ourselves in the Premier League. Now our first full season in charge, we've managed to stay in there and been a mid-table side, getting some big scalps on the way, like Tottenham, Manchester City, Arsenal we beat. It has been pretty damn good for our first real go as a full season in charge of Brentford, and we just got room to improve from there. Great foundations we're building and can just shoot off from there in theory. Anyway, that will wrap up today's video, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. Make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Comment what you thought of the video, who you think we should buy for next seasons, because the next video will be the start of season 3, I guess. So we'll have a transfer window. We'll have the first game of the season. So get in those suggestions now, and we'll see how good we can get for next season. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, when we go again in season 3. Peace.